Welcome guys, today we are going to learn about RecyclerView in this video. And RecyclerView is a component that we use to show list inside our Android app. And to show data inside RecyclerView, what you need is you need to create a RecyclerView adapter, and that adapter also requires a kind of layout that we are gonna just see how to create everything. So I will explain you how RecyclerView works after creating the app. So let's get started. So here first we need to go to our layout file, and in the layout file first what you need to do is you need to remove this text view and you need to add a RecyclerView over here. And we will give it match parent. Okay, and we also need to give it an ID so that we can recognize it inside our Java or Kotlin file. We can give it any name as per your requirement. Right now I'm just gonna name it RecyclerView list. And we also need to give it constraints as it is inside constraints layout. We will give parent to everything. Okay, so now our RecyclerView is ready, and what we need to create is another view, so that view we can use it as our items inside RecyclerView. Let's create a view for that. You can give it any kind of name. I'm gonna name it right now as RecyclerView item. You cannot use capital letter inside, but you can use underscore. And now we need to give it a design. We will insert a text view which we will use to show data. Okay. We also need to give constraints over here. We will give our parent layout as wrap content so that it will not be in the center of the screen. And that's all we need, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of padding and a little bit of more improvement so that it can look good. Just keep that in mind that right now we are creating the item which is gonna shown inside RecyclerView. Okay, so let's give it padding. padding, let's give it padding of 16 dp. Looks good. And if you want to give it a line after every item, then you can give it here as well, and there are some other ways as well that we are gonna see some other day. But right now I'm just gonna give it a little line by using view. I'm gonna give it a width of 1 dp. Okay, sorry, a height of 1 dp, and we need to also give its respected constraints as well. So let's see, top to bottom of text view, because we are gonna give it on the bottom of every text view. Okay, and bottom to bottom of parent. We should remove this. Okay, right now our 1 dp of thickness line is ready, but we need to give it a color. So we will give it a background color of black so that it can look like a line. As you can see, we have a line, but we will give it a padding. Vertical padding should look good of 16 dp. Okay, sorry, you need to use margin over here, not padding. Okay, so now you can see that it has this good finishing. Let's add this into our recycler view. Let's use 10, and we are giving the name of our layout. Now you can see here we have the list of our, this is the dummy list. Okay, and now we will go to our Kotlin file, and we will just create an object by connecting our view with our Kotlin file. Okay, so let's create a variable. RecyclerView list. It should be type RecyclerView. Okay, we will initiate here. Okay, we are doing some mistake. Okay, and we are initiating it here. Find view by id r.id dot. This is the name of our RecyclerView ID that we have given in our main layout. Here you can see this one. So we just need to give the same over here. It's coming in the suggestion as well. If you don't find it, just copy and paste it here. Okay, we need certain things like layout manager for our RecyclerView and adapter. So first give it a layout manager. You can give layout manager in two ways. Here there is a very simple way. You can say layout manager and just linear layout manager. That's it. This will work as well, but let me show you more custom way in the code. Layout manager. Okay, we will give it a context. You can give orientation from here as well. For example, we are typing vertical, it's gonna take vertical, and reverse layout false. What it's gonna do is, if you are giving it a vertical, for example this is vertical over here, and right now it's showing red because we need to import it. Here you need to choose the linear layout manager. Okay, now it's all right, but let me tell you, this linear layout manager setting the RecyclerView working behavior, that for example if you want to show list in vertical or in horizontal, so this thing actually mentions that. And you can also give it a reverse layout. Reverse layout is nothing but your layout will start from bottom. For example, you have 100 items in your list, so normally if you put false, then your layout is gonna start with number 1, but if you put true over here, then your layout is gonna start with number 100, that too from the bottom. So it's like your chat is started from your bottom of the whole conversation thread, and it goes up to the starting point where it actually started. So the same way it works over here as well if you put it true. But right now we don't need any of this thing, vertical or reverse layout, because by default linear layout manager sets everything. It just requires the context that we are giving it here. That's it. Now we need to create our RecyclerView adapter to give it adapter here. So let's create our adapter. We will create a new class for that, Kotlin class. We will name it as my custom RecyclerView adapter. You can give any kind of name, that's not a big deal. We will extend RecyclerView.adapter, and we need to pass generics. We also need to create a view holder inside our RecyclerView adapter, and that view holder is gonna hold the view that you have created over here. This item view is gonna hold it inside the view holder. So let's create the view holder as well. Right now it's showing in red color because we have not yet created it. So let's create it. You can create it by yourself as well. or you can go with the shortcuts. We will give it as inner class because it's inside, and before we make it our view holder by extending it with view holder, we will import our required methods as well. We need to always implement these three methods, that is on create view holder, on bind view holder, and get items. I will explain you everything one by one. So okay, so now our recycler view is totally ready from the basic. We need to make it ready to make it work. This is the basic recycler view that you need always to have the list working in your recycler view. This adapter actually helps to work on create view holder, on bind view holder, get item count. So here what's gonna happen is that on create view holder is gonna create the view, or you can say it's gonna inflate the view, and it's gonna pass to the view holder, and that view holder is gonna hold the view, and this on bind view holder method is gonna bind the data with the view holder and according to the position as well. Okay, and this get item count is nothing but is the total item count of the recycler view. For example, you are creating an array list of 10 items, so the array list having 10 items, that total count is gonna pass over here. So we will see how to do it. First we need some context. Okay, we need an array list as well. Let's say array list of strings. Let's name it as list of countries. Array list of string. Okay, let's inflate our view. We need to return the view after inflating it. Okay, so here what you need is the resource and view group. Resource is nothing but the item that you have created over here. We are gonna give it a reference of this layout. Okay, dot layout dot recycler view item and view group, that is parent. So right now what we are doing over here is we are inflating this item this layout for the item using layout inflator, which requires a context as well, context of this main activity Kotlin file. And with this, your RecyclerView ID is passed over here to inflate. Okay, and it requires parent, which is your view group named as parent. Okay, and we pass the whole view inside the view holder, which holds the view, and we have our view holder over here. And from this we can access the views that we have created. This text view, we can access it over here. Okay, so let's create it. Or we can create a function that's gonna sort out our work even in better way. Okay, so let's name it bind with views. Okay, generally we need to pass the array list over here, but we will do it in another way, because here we can also have our position as well using adapter position. You will see over here. So let's create it. Item view dot find view by ID. This is actually asking for what type of view we are gonna create. So it's text view. Okay, and as the reference dot id dot text view item. This is that item. Okay, here this text view item that we are referring to it. Okay, and we can set text over here. What we will do is we will directly set the data over here. Dot adapter position. That's it, and we just need to call this function over here inside our onBind view holder. Generally you can also do this task inside this function, but it is much more shorted in this way. So okay, we will call holder dot bind with views. And here in get item count, we need to pass the total number of items dot size. This will return a total number of count of items that we are gonna pass. So our RecyclerView adapter is ready, but we are missing one thing, which is the most important thing. That is to notify the adapter that the data is passed. For that, we need to use init and notify dataset change. Right now we are putting it here because it's gonna be very basic. We will just pass the data while initiating the adapter, so we don't need to specify or we don't need to be more specific while notifying it. Let's create a list of countries so that we can show in our recycler view. We will initiate our RecyclerView adapter over here. We will pass the context with this, and we will create our list of countries. Here we are gonna pass the list of countries. This is the array list. San Salvador. Let's use Germany. Okay. Iceland. Spain. Okay, so this looks enough, or let's add a little more. Australia. Canada. Argentina. Okay. Brazil. I think this looks enough. So let's test our RecyclerView if it is working or not. Let's check if we are missing something. Probably looks all good, so let's test. Looks like we have run into a problem. It's a crash. Why we have crashed? View holder must not be attached when view create. Ensure that you are not passing through to the attach root parent layout inflator. Okay, so we are missing something. We need to mention it that it's not attached to root by passing false. Okay, it is not attached to the root. Now it should work. As you can see that we have our list. Okay, let me increase the count so that I can explain you how it works. I have just increased the number of countries. okay, so that it can go outside the screen. Here you can see that, oh, we need to add a little more. Now it should go out of the screen. Okay, now our list is ready. You can see that what is happening here is we have certain number of countries in front of us, and there are some countries which are not showing right now. For example, Canada, Argentina, Brazil, Grenada. Okay, so what's happening here is you can see whatever number of views we have, that's the total number of views that is created by the RecyclerView adapter. And when you will be scrolling up or down like this, for example, when you are doing this down scroll approach, at that time you can see that one view is coming out, and on the top one view got hidden. This India got hidden. So in that case, this view, the view on the top, you can see this view is gonna get recycled, and it's gonna come over here and it's gonna show a new item, that is Argentina. And when you are scrolling like this, it's happening constantly, either you are doing it up or down approach. So that's how RecyclerView works, and that's all for now. And let me show you, there is one trick to decrease the line of codes, or you can say this minor complexity, that you can make it a little bit more easier to read, so that you can write code in a much more cleaner way. So let me show you. Don't worry, it will still work. What we need is, we just need to use this object and create a apply block. What this apply block do is, it creates context, or you can say it gives context to everything, that is layout manager, adapter, and we don't need to use this object again and again like we are doing right now. You will understand when I will put it inside. As you can see right now, what is happening is that we are using this RecyclerView object. Let me show you what's happening outside. If we remove the object from here, then the layout manager will not work, but inside the block it's not the same. If I put it inside the block, it will work because it has the context of RecyclerView object, and that helps to not repeat the object again and again and makes it more cleaner. As you can see right now, this is showing this red line error, because what is happening is that we are inside this apply block for this RecyclerView list object. That means when we will use this for context usage, it's gonna pass this object, but we don't need this object as context. We need this main activity Kotlin files context. So for that, what we need to do is we need to mention it that it's of main activity like this. and the error goes. Okay, so that's all, and now you can see that it looks a pretty clean code, nothing but some lines. Let's check if it is working or not. So it's still working. That means everything is going good. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. We will see you guys in our next video. Thank you.